Okay, so the most recent subject that I don't want to say, I don't think people are struggling with this subject. I think that uh, the aristocracy is not willing to capitulate this first knowledge, because I'm not going to come right out and tell you that I think that you're going to overcome your differences and that it doesn't serve my best interests to for you to come together. I'm going to tell you that I don't see any way. That's what I'm going to say. I don't see any way that people can overcome their differences. I'm not going to tell them I think that they are going to overcome their differences, and that doesn't serve my purpose. You know what I mean? It's almost like it won't relent. Because it's stupid. Stupidity. Like ignorance is a disease. It kills people. A disease has to run its course. What can you do about ignorance, right? Is to get perspective and clarity. And what's the way to do that? What's the best way to do that? Okay, then we try different things, and after a while you realize that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. You start disqualifying those things because they're done out of ignorance. But you can't just say, why don't I just not have ignorance? You have to actually weather the disease. It has to run its course, and you might get killed. Like you might die. Like if you're not going to get away with anything you think you get away with because you know about it. And if it comes down to it, we always know that you're going to be working for the rest of your life. Even if you're a billionaire, like the definition of work will just change. So the focal point will not be around what you've already done, which was made enough money to account for lost time. Now you have enough, and there's no way to pursue happiness through the pursuit of money anymore. Then you have to work on something else, right? Whatever that is, it's like we'll act like we don't know what it is because it's difficult. Like everybody has to stop smoking, but I can't tackle that right now. You know what I mean? I would rather hear something that I could present to somebody to tell them, but then you wouldn't know. You don't have any experience. Like eventually, eventually, respective to the kind of knowledge that you've been given, the type of knowledge that it is, you'll be required to perform that work. And if you don't do it, eventually it'll come out in discovery, like in court, like you'll go to jail or something. Like people acting like they can't wait for discovery. Like if you only would, I wish you would sue me. You know what I mean? But they already have the discovery. Same thing with knowledge. If you are misrelating the truth of the fact that of something that you actually know to be true, and painting a picture that's not accurate, then you can be held accountable to the degree with which you know that to be false. And it's not on the onus of anybody to punish the people who've lied to me. It's for me to make that balanced out, and then picking the right way to go about it. And if you don't do the right way, then that's not it. You didn't use the knowledge that pertained to you, and you go to jail. If you don't go to jail and you think you got out of it and you escaped, you still know. And at the end of the day, you get your life force back. Like it's a self-contained ecology, and you get there's nothing that a being that is getting it the way that they're living, respectively to the type of life force that they are, that they could ever need anything from outside. The it factor, that's the criminal mentality. If you subscribe to the it factor, you're going to jail eventually. you'll go to jail eventually. Not in this life, maybe not in this life, but it's not going to be no showboat and like, ha, 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 like I got over on you. You're showing your ass now. You're telling everybody who you've done wrong, that you've gotten away with it. You know what I mean? Because some people are bad news. They're bad news to the extent that it's too late by the time that you realize that there is someone on demon time in your presence, because they've already affected the whole dynamic, and it's going to crescendo into an event that highlights what that work is supposed to fucking mean. And you can't tell anybody what their work means. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking away, then you're not getting the meaning. Then you're changing the meaning. It's like you're not getting what the person is saying to you on behalf of colloquialisms. Maybe you don't want to see somebody use a colloquialism, you know what I mean? They're trying to tell you such and such is good or bad, and you're saying, no, it's there's no good or bad, there's no right, there's no wrong. It's just energies or polarity is either right for each other or wrong for each other, and it takes two to tango and wag the dog and yada yada. You're missing it. You're missing what they meant. And then you're going to end up using the word good. You're going to slip up too, and you're going to be, oh, that's good. So shut up. Right? No, you don't got to shut up. But I mean, saying just because it's irritating to not get the meaning to what someone's trying to help you, what they're saying, and you're going off about colloquialism. Because you're trying to slave my mind, man. You're using those colloquialisms, you're slaving my mind. You're thinking too small. You're giving too much power to a great foe, and it's not even a great foe. It's somebody that you didn't have enough time bonding. Like racism, you know, the only reason that somebody could be racist because they didn't have enough time to bond. They weren't raised by those people that they see as being contrary to the orthodox approach, right, to getting it how you're living. And so it's a little scary to undergo the process of being brought back into the orthodox approach. You know, because I got used to doing this and that. Like, you know, you got to stop smoking. Like, do some kind of fucking work. Do some work about smoking. If you smoke, you're not doing the work. I don't want to hear that right now. I'll be like, I just think that there's some kind of work, and I'll act like I don't know what that kind of work to do is. I don't even know that. What are you talking about? I'm struggling to figure out what that is myself. Nah, you know what it is. Yeah, that is just painful. It just fucking sucks. It's painful. I'd rather come in the form of something I could tell someone else, like, did you know that it comes down to, what's it called? That I was just saying, if you don't, you're going to jail. Fuck, I forget. I already forget what I was trying to make a video so that I could wake people up to stuff, and then I just forget what I was saying. Okay.